question probably was the most telling, and that dealt with the self-defense instruction and dealt with the overt acts. There was a lot of testimony regarding whether or not David made this step. The Commonwealth case is that no one ever spoke about this step. The officer never spoke about the step. The investigator never took it down in any notes. It wasn't in any recorded statement. But he, at trial, testified that there was this step, which he believed was the act upon which he then reacted, believing that David was going to, in his words, lunge at him, and that's why he took the action he did.
And obviously, the jury did not think that he took a step.
Well, I think.
That he did take a step.
I think the jury's question was whether or not you had to have one overt act or whether it could be a combination of overt acts and that they could arrive at a verdict to support the overt act part of that the self-defense would otherwise instruction have to overcome in convicting him. So I think that the question related to the totality of the circumstances, the fact that he had a knife, the fact that he maybe took a step, the fact that there was some loud language used, and that it was a heightened emotional situation. So, I think the jury was probably a little misplaced, if you will, in necessarily concentrating on that. The ultimate issue really is the officer 8 to 10 feet away from David Latham. The knife's down at his side. It may be being wiggled around or turned around in his hand, as some of the testimony was. But the question was, the officer 8 to 10 feet away, was he in imminent danger of being killed or great bodily injury at that point in time? Remember, 3 police officers with their guns pointed at them. They've got 48 rounds of ammunition that they can fire like that into David Latham if he proceeded in their direction. And so I would say that should have been the jury's focus. Should have been whether or not they felt like it was the officer was in imminent danger. And then when David turned and ran into the house with the knife on the front porch, he no longer had the knife, and he was fired upon, shot in the back. So I think those are all relevant issues, but the jury, in its wisdom, and decided what they did, and that's done at this point in time. So we can only speculate what they may have done, but speculation doesn't usually get us anywhere.
How quickly are we going to see this federal case move forward?
Fast, and we get to try this case the way we want to try it, from scratch, with new witnesses who weren't heard in this criminal case, the family, witnesses who were here to watch the entire event unfold, and the jury's going to be able to hear from all of them, to hear everybody's perspective about what took place. And they're not just going to hear this from the police officer's standpoint, they're going to hear witnesses testifying about exactly what occurred. And we're going to get justice for this family. We're going to bring the police officer, the city, to justice for this event.
And when you say fast, are we talking?
That's up to the judge, but I would suspect that we'll have a trial within the next 6 to 8 months, something in that range.
Anything else you'll want to add, or?
I don't think so.